Welcome back to Director's Choice. Few films had the cultural and economic impact that The Hangover had. A single movie caused a tourism boom and created so many catchphrases that it was hard to have a conversation without mentioning The Hangover, at least once shortly after the film's release. Such a hilarious film had so many gut-busting moments that it's almost impossible to narrow it down to the best moments in the movie. But here are our favorite moments, and we know you'll agree with all of them. Here are the best moments in The Hangover. Number 10. Alat bin Laden. Zach Galifianakis pulls no punches in The Hangover, and that's why he shows up first as number 10 on our list. Early in the film, while the group is on their way to their friend's bachelor party in Las Vegas, and Alan, played by Galifianakis, is accompanying the group of lifelong friends celebrating their best friend's marriage.
3 best friends that anybody could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3.
While on the drive, Galifianakis spends a lot of time studying his books on how to beat the odds at blackjack, which is essentially a book about counting cards in the casino. The rest of the group is apprehensive about Alan gambling in the first place, but they hate the idea of him counting cards while they are on their trip. Alan assures everyone that counting cards isn't gambling because it's a sure thing. He elaborates on the fact that counting cards isn't illegal and credits bin Laden for the tarnished reputation of counting cards. This comes back into play again later, but Alan's determination to count cards and his certainty that he will succeed takes its place at number 10 on our list of hangover moments.
There's anything about gambling. It's not gambling when you know you're going to win. Counting cards is a foolproof system.
Number 9. Stu gets married. Stu, played by the hilarious and talented Ed Helms, cements himself early on as someone who would do nothing to avoid breaking any rules. His relationship with his girlfriend is built on his submission, and she has no idea that he is going to Las Vegas for his friend's bachelor party in the first place. She believes that he's on a trip to Napa Valley for wine testing, so when he wakes up in the morning, starts to retrace the steps and finds the permanent decisions he made the night before and becomes horrified at his decisions.
These mugs, this hat, this car.
One of the best moments in The Hangover is Stu realizing that he got married while the group was blacked out the night before. Not only does Stu find out that he was married the night before, he finds out that he married a stripper escort named Jade, played by the talented Heather Graham.
Stu, you got married.
This can't be happening.
His trouble is only exacerbated when he discovers that on his wedding night, he gave to his betrothed the ring that he intended to give when he proposed to his girlfriend. This is also the ring that his grandmother smuggled through the Holocaust. Stu getting married despite his personal reservations for abiding by the rules lands firmly at number 9 on our list.
I miss you.
Number 8. Valet. Number 8 comes to us in the form of a sort of small detail when you look at the trouble that the men caused during their blacked-out bachelor party, but it sets up a chain of events that is unforgettable as part of comedy history. When the group leaves for Las Vegas, they leave in Doug's new father-in-law's Mercedes-Benz W111, a very beautiful and very expensive classic car that defines antique car collecting luxury. His new father-in-law gives him specific instructions to be the only driver on their trip, and Alan elaborates the importance of the car when he mentions that his dad loves the car more than him, his own son. When the group wakes up in the morning and can't find Doug, they decide to retrace their steps, and one of the first places they go is the valet to pick up the Mercedes. When the valet pulls around, instead of the Mercedes, they find a Las Vegas police car instead. They have no idea why they got a car instead of the Mercedes, but Bradley Cooper's character immediately starts to take advantage of the situation. Wasting no time, he throws on the lights and sirens, jumps the curb onto the sidewalk, and bypasses the hectic Las Vegas traffic. This making lemons into lemonade moment is number 8 on our top 10 hangover moments.
Get off the sidewalk! Get off the sidewalk!
Number 7. Baby Carlos. Proof that it's hard to make a list of the best moments from The Hangover because every scene in the movie could make the list. Baby Carlos comes in at number 7. When the men wake up in the morning, right after they realize that Doug is missing, they hear a strange sound coming from one of the closets in their suite. Opening the door, they find a lone baby in the space. They have no idea where the baby came from, who the parents are, or what to do with it. Soon after, they get into the elevator with an older woman, and after seeing the baby, she asks its name. It is at this point that Alan assertively, and with no doubt in his mind, decides that the baby's name is Carlos.
Carlos.
While unable to speak or understand, Baby Carlos is one of the most important characters in the movie. Baby Carlos ends up being Stu's new wife, Jade's baby, and helping them along their journey to find Doug. Also, who can forget being doubled over laughing when Alan bonds with the baby over brunch while the men retrace their steps from the night before? Number 6. Jailhouse Blues. The journey to find Doug is brought to a screeching halt in this scene. It's hard to imagine that the men could drive their stolen cop car around Las Vegas without being caught for long, but they definitely exceed expectations. The police discover the Mercedes parked in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard, leading them to the men. They are brought to cold, swift justice when the law catches up with them. After being taken to the police, it seems like our heroes are done for and destined for a weekend in prison. A weekend in prison might mean that they'll never find Doug, and the wedding will have to be canceled, but the police that brought them in have something else in mind.
Okay, kids, you're in for a real treat today.
They give them the option to be subjected to the taser for a room of eager students, or spend the weekend in jail and miss the wedding. The men reluctantly agree, and hilarity ensues, as they each experience the full power of the electricity from the tasers. Alan, Zach Galifianakis, takes a shot from the taser to the face but refuses to go down. Shortly after, they give him an extra burst that promptly brings him down. Justice finally intervening, but not stopping our heroes, making the scene number 6 on our list.
Some of these big boys, you gotta give them 2 shots.
Number 5. Stu Sings. Is it still stuck in your head? Because it's still stuck in ours this many years later. When the men first wake up from their drug-induced euphoria, Alan has the misfortune of being the first person that needs to use the bathroom. He enters the room still hungover and unaware of his surroundings, but as he slowly gains consciousness, he discovers that he's not alone in the bathroom. He is accompanied by a massive Bengal tiger in the bathroom of the suite. At some point, the men have the unlucky duty of returning the tiger to its rightful owner, but this proves to be easier said than done. They decide that the best course of action is to feed the tiger the remaining roofies inside of a steak to knock him out, and then deliver him to his home. While they are waiting for the tiger to succumb to the drugs, Stu takes his place at the piano and sings a song about finding Doug that is as heartfelt as it is hilarious. The song touches both on the tiger falling asleep and the hope that the men will eventually track down their friend. This sweet ode to hoping the tiger will stay asleep and they will find their friend safe sits nicely at number 5 on our list. Number 4. Finding Doug. It might seem weird to drop the conclusion of one of the funniest movies as number 4 on the list of the best moments, but let's be honest, there are so many amazing moments in this movie that it shouldn't come as a surprise. After a long journey and many near-death experiences, they finally unlock the secret to Doug's location. The realization ties the whole film together in a perfect bow. The mattress that they saw tossed from a balcony while they were picking up their Mercedes that turns out to be a police car was actually a signal from Doug that he is stranded on the roof. Finally, putting the pieces together, it's Stu who comes to the conclusion and stops Phil from revealing all of the gory details to Doug's soon-to-be wife before it's too late. The dramatic realization is number 4 on our list.
I'm getting married today.
Yes, you are. And Doug, that's why you need to focus.
Number 3. Mike Tyson. We could easily make this entire list with top 10 moments for Mike Tyson, because his role in this film is so incredible. But if we have to pick just one, it would be the first encounter with Tyson. The men return to the hotel suite to look for more clues, but much to their surprise, they instead find Mike Tyson in their rented room. They are greeted by the blaring sound of Phil Collins' "In the Air Tonight" and Mike Tyson singing along to the tune. When it reaches the climatic drum solo of the song, Mike Tyson knocks Alan unconscious. He's furious that they stole his tiger while they were drunk and demanding the reason why they stole his tiger. When the men are unable to explain the reason that the tiger ended up in their bathroom, Mike Tyson demands that they return the tiger to his home without his assistance. This sends them on a difficult journey to transport a partially unconscious tiger, hoping to find more clues about Doug. But no surprise that everything does not go according to plan. Mike Tyson singing Phil Collins hits hard at number 3 on our list. Number 2. Alan Sings. Galifianakis makes a return to our list for the number 2 spot, with yet another song that we continue to cherish. After winning $82,000 that Alan won by counting cards at blackjack to pay for Doug's release has been procured, they make the journey back to pick Doug up from his captors. Prior to this moment, no one believed that Alan would be capable of counting cards. While on what they believe is the final leg of their journey to rescue Doug, Alan sings an impromptu ballad about being the 3 best friends that anyone could have. After all their hesitation to Alan's presence on their journey, the mistake that he made that brought them closer to disaster, and being so close to rescuing Doug, Alan at last feels accepted as a member of the group of lifelong friends. This beautiful moment where Alan feels at home enough to write the quick song belongs at number 2 on our list.
And we're the 3 best friends that anybody could have. We're the 3
Number 1.
best-
Lone Wolf. Number 1 on our list should come as no surprise, and is easily the most memorable moment in the entire film. Near the beginning of the movie, before the 4 men venture out for the bachelor party that no one would ever remember, Alan declares his true feelings for the men and the group together. He states that before they got together, he has always felt like a lone wolf, but has now discovered his pack.
It grew by 1. So were there were 2 of us in the wolf pack. I was alone first in the pack.
This is right before he drugs everyone with roofies and sets them on a course for disaster that becomes the background for the entire night that they know nothing about. Alan opens his heart and meaning well, but accidentally ruining the entire bachelor party is the best moment in The Hangover. We hope you enjoyed the best moments from Hangover. Thanks for watching. Take a look at this other recent clip by Director's Choice, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.